and welcome to this video. I just wanted to share my story a little bit today. Does this sound familiar? You are a teenager and for you it's totally clear, I'm going to have a family one day. Of course, get married and then have 1, 2, 3, 4 kids, however many you thought you were going to have back then. And then you get a little bit older and your parents tell you, well, first you have to get college done, get a good job, meet the right guy, and then everything will be fine. Just do it in the right order, and you can always have your children after you have that great job and you make good money and you're very secure, financially stable. That all makes total sense. And I was raised in an entrepreneurial home. I knew that, I did want to do something really cool in my life. And so I went to college. I did get married really early on, but we never had kids. It was like we did college and then we moved back and forth between continents, between the States and Germany. And I don't know, there was just not an opportunity, or maybe it was also that I felt inside of me that my now unfortunately ex-husband, he wasn't really up to, just having children. And so I kind of felt that I only wanted to have children if my husband was going to be 100% on board and passionate about it. And so, it just never happened. And so when I was 30, we separated. We ended up getting a divorce. We had difficulties for many years, but I always believed in, this is what I'm supposed to do. And I was always the type of person that's like, of course, I'm just going to meet one guy. I'm going to stay with him for the rest of my life. And it's going to be this picture perfect kind of American dream kind of life, have a nice home with a picket fence. I loved that thought, and that's what I wanted. Well, then I got older, then I was 30, and then I was single again, and no kids. And I thought, well, I still have a little bit of time. I got into the next relationship, and it was pretty good in the beginning, but we started having some problems. And I don't know, if he had said, well, maybe we should try having kids and really commit to one another and get married, I would have been the one to really be happy about it and said, well, yeah, let's do it. Let's just solve all the problems, because, I would love to have a family and I'd love to make it work with you. Well, that didn't happen, and we ended up separating, and then I was 35 years old, and then I got into the dating game again. I hated it, and in the beginning I thought, that is so cool. I can do whatever I want for the first time in life, really, in my adult life, because I met my first husband when I was 18. I thought, this is really cool. I can just date now and just find out who I am and just live on my own. And I was excited, but I got discouraged quickly because I thought, dating is just not for me. I don't like it. Can I just meet one person who's so genuine and I feel a connection with? And although all the guys I dated were really nice, they were so nice, but it was just never to where it really clicked. And so it was like, forget it. I'm just not going to go on any dates anymore. Well, that's when I met the guy that I'm with right now. 11 years ago we met, and well, everything went great. It was just nice, and we got to know each other. And then we decided, well, what if we can make it 1 year and it all still feels good together? We could maybe try to start a family. And I was on board with that because I thought, well, I'm going on 36, and definitely, if I wanted to have kids and I'm in a steady relationship now, then, that's the opportunity I'm going to have in life, right? So after a year, we did try to conceive, and it took a few months. It didn't take forever, but after about 8 months, I got pregnant with our daughter, who is 8 years old now, and it was so awesome, and I had the perfect pregnancy. I had a home birth. Everything was amazing, and I knew instantly after she was born, this is it. That's what I was made for. Being a mom is just so amazing. I felt like this was it. This is the core of what I'm here for. I'm not the only thing I'm here for. I do lots of other stuff. I authored a book. I'm a professional singer and performer, but I thought like, that's it. That's the essence of who I am. I want to be a mom. It's amazing. And every day I looked at my daughter and I was thinking, that is just, I can't put it into words. It's the best feeling I've ever had in my life. I knew I was going to be wanting to be a mom again. Well, then her dad was just getting into this crisis, and he just didn't know what to do with a little baby, and we started having problems. He just didn't really support me a lot. I felt so left alone. And then we had all these problems, and then we just went back and forth, and I broke up with him, and then we got back together, and I thought like, I want to be with him, but I can't live like this if he's not gonna just really support me and be there for me. It was just a bumpy road, and I was so sad all the time, and I felt so lonely. So, I decided I can't do like this, but let's just be parents of our daughter, and that's gonna be okay. And so, over the course of a few years, we were just kind of up and down, and he always wanted to convince me to get back together. But I said, well, if nothing's going to change, what's the point? And he assured me, oh, things are going to change. And then I got to get back together with him, and things didn't change. He was still kind of like, I'm just going to do what I want to do, like as far as like helping me, like in an everyday, like daily tasks kind of thing. Basically, I was taking care of everything, and I was so tired, and I was like, I'm not going to do that. I just can't live like that. I'm going to just be frustrated all the time. And who wants to have a frustrated partner all day long? And I don't want to be frustrated, because I'm not the type of person who's actually like bitching around and stuff. I'm not the type of person. I'm a happy person, and I just wanted to be my happy self. And that's all I ever wanted. And so, it took a long time, and I changed, and he changed, just by being apart and just by being parents together, not getting into arguments, but just being there for our daughter. Not really in a relationship, but we had the relationship of being parents. Something matured in me and in him. I got to the point to where I realized it doesn't have to be like everyone tells me it has to be. It only has to be what makes me happy and what is okay for me. And I got to the point where I actually appreciated having more space and having that option of like, if I want to do something, just me, and decide what I want to do, and I want to have the control over my life, I can do it. But if we want to do something together, we can do it anytime. And he, by just seeing our daughter grow up and, getting a little bit bigger and being able to do things together, he just started realizing it's like, this is so valuable. And he started really wanting, it's like, the family thing. And so after so much back and forth for years, we actually got to this really great point, to this really great place of saying, what are we sweating? We are both in a different path right now, in a different point in life. We have both matured. I'm not as like, oh, you have to do this and you have to do that. And I know him so much better now, because I know it's like, I have to just tell him sometimes like, okay, just do it. I need you to do this. Women sometimes have a way thinking, it's like, if I just insinuate and hint around, the guy's gonna get it. But like, he is just the type of person, like, you just need to tell him, like, I need you to do this right now. I can't. You have to do this. Please help me. And so no hinting, just be direct. And he is more sensitive to where he now knows that, I need support and what it means to be a dad. And he does stuff nowadays that he never did before. Like he's a kid again, and he enjoys it so much. And we came to the point thinking, it's like, you know what, if we both really want it, and if we're gonna do it, we have to do it now if we want another baby. So here's the thing. I'm 46 years old, and he's 10 years older than me. So that makes 46 and 56. That's quite old. And the sad thing is that in the entire world, everyone keeps telling you, well, it's just really next to impossible to get pregnant anymore. So 2.5 years ago, which means I was, when I had my daughter, I was 38 when she was born. And 2.5 years ago, I was, let me calculate. I was 44 going on 45. No, 44, turning 44. I got pregnant right away after we had decided we wanted to try to have another baby. Like first cycle we tried, I got pregnant instantly. And I thought like, well, I've always been living an extremely healthy lifestyle. I work out, I eat so healthy, I meditate, I don't have stress in life. Yeah, of course it worked right away. However, I did have a miscarriage at 7 weeks. And that was very heartbreaking, and it took a while for my cycle to get really back into swing, and then it didn't work anymore. And we started thinking like, okay, it seemed so easy, like right away, and now it's not working anymore. What are we gonna do? And so after another 1.5 years of trying, we got into adoption, foster parenting. All options were considered. And I think it took me being ready for adoption. It took me being ready for foster parenting, which we're still on the roster. Basically, we're waiting for a placement, for like a long-term placement, but nothing has happened. And I just believe so much that God has a plan. And there's a reason why in the past 1.5 years that we've been on the roster to become foster parents, nothing has happened. There was one case last year where they asked us to, if we would take in this newborn, and we said yes, but then it ended up not happening because, like legal stuff and the birth mother and all that. So they ended up not even putting it into long-term foster care, but short-term, and then it was all just not sure what's going to happen with a baby. And so that really got our wheels turning, and it's like, okay, this was so close. We almost had a newborn in our home again, and we were so ready. We would have said yes. What can we do? Because it seems we're spinning our wheels and nothing's happening in a natural way. So since we were open for a foster baby or adoption, which in Germany where we live, it is so hard at our age. I mean, newborns are out of the question. It's not possible. And then the only option we would have is to adopt out of country, which we totally would, but it is extremely expensive. And then you don't even have a guarantee that you're gonna bring a child into your home. It may end up failing. So we thought like embryo adoption, which technically isn't an adoption, but then it is again, actually, like a donated embryo. What if I could be pregnant with an adopted child, and I could, because I'm such a healthy person, what if I could from day one try to give this child the best? And so it has all the opportunities at having a healthy life, mentally healthy. And so I went to the Czech Republic this year, and I had 2 embryos transferred. This is where I'm going to end the story. You're going to have to watch my next video in which I will talk about this whole process, what happened, what the result was, how it went on. This was at the end of June 2020, so it's been a 1.5 months or so since the transfer, and I'm going to talk in my next video about embryo donation, embryo transfer. We went to the Czech Republic, and I hope you're going to stick around. I really want to share my journey here on this channel. I thought about it for a long time. Number one, I want to document it just for me and for us in the future to look back, because this is an exciting time, and we just want to continue growing our family as long as we can. If we're going to have 1 more baby, if we're going to have 2 more babies, just however long God gives us the opportunity to have children in whatever way they're going to come into our lives, we know we want to grow our family. And so I'm just going to continue this channel until it's over. And I'm 46, I'm very healthy, my cycles are regular, and I don't see a reason why maybe we couldn't have more children. even after I'm 46. So watch the next video to find out how this all went down and where we're at right now. Thank you so much for watching. If you want to follow along our journey, which isn't going to end here, please subscribe. I would love to connect you. I just want to encourage everyone out there who is above the age of 40 or 45 that there is definitely hope. There are options out there. I'm going to share details with you, like how much does this all cost and how does this happen, the exact details of like what I did on my cycle. And I'm all into natural stuff. I do a lot with herbs. And so I just want to share my journey and all the knowledge that I've gained in the past few years trying to conceive like in all these different ways. Thank you so much for watching, for hanging out. I hope you have a most blessed day and week. And always remember that children are a blessing from the Lord.